Well, thanks for tuning in. We've been fishing for a while today, and we're obviously out ice fishing. I've got this iFish Pro set. We've actually had a couple fish on it today, and when it comes to ice fishing and given the choice between a traditional tip-up or the iFish Pro, when the conditions are right, I will always go with the iFish Pro. They're a phenomenal tool to catch fish, and it is so much more fun and enjoyable, in my opinion, to catch a fish on a rod and reel, and in my opinion it increases your likelihood of landing big fish because you've got the flex in a rod, you've got that ability and that play, and in my opinion you increase your chances of catching those big fish. So, but one of the issues I have with the iFish Pros is that as it gets colder and those temperatures drop, they have freeze-up issues, right? They're great on a bright, sunshiny day at soaking in that heat and keeping that hole open, but as you can tell, the sun is starting to set, so it's the time of day where I switch my setup over to the traditional tip-up. We've caught a couple fish on this today, actually. As a matter of fact, I got my kids fishing with me today, and they had a blast reeling fish in on these. That's another great thing there. Another thing they're great for is, hey, letting kids, because it's so much easier for a young kid, my kids are 4 and 5, to be able to, reel a fish up on this and not lose a fish trying to hand land it or go hand over hand with a traditional tip up. So, I mean, the iFish Pro is a phenomenal ice fishing tool. I love them, but it's starting to get cold. It's going to dip, down into the teens here shortly once that sun goes away. So, now that this bale is full of wine, or excuse me, now that this line is full of water, it's going to start freezing, and those fish are going to start feeling that tension. So it's time to pick the iFish Pros up and go to the tip-ups. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I decide when I'm going to do it, right? Once I start having things freezing up, I stow the iFish Pros and go to the traditional tip-up. So as soon as you start seeing any freeze up or any issues where that line's not running smooth, that's when you know, hey, it's time to break out the beaver dams and increase your likelihood of catching those fish, because they're not getting that tension or that setback. So that's when. Obviously, as you can see the title of the video, when do I do the iFish Pro? When do I set my tip up? As soon as that iFish Pro freezes up, time for tip ups. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If not, I apologize for wasting your time. If you liked it, however, thanks for watching. I got a number of other videos along these lines, so feel free to check back in. All right, I hope we catch some fish.